Here on today I want to show you how I pivot or do lateral movement in mandate. I teached you about proxychain the last time, but I don't actually use it. I use something called Pentester or VPN. It's way faster, as you will see. So at the moment I have a SOX proxy running on port 8081. You can just do this with the SSH command. Like if you compromise a machine, you can just do, here I'll show you better. You can just add a capital D 8081. It's going to create a dynamic SOX proxy on your local machine. With that, like you could use proxychain as mentioned. So if we try and use proxychain, like proxychain, if we have compromised machine there, so you'll see here, well, with NXC, it's a replacement on cracked map exec. I'll do a video about this later. But you can see here we are able to pivot. What I want to do is I want to be able to pivot like from anywhere, meaning it's going to be much faster. So if I give you time proxychain, I'm just going to show you the difference on the timing. To scan whole /24, which honestly I want to find as much probability as possible. So that's something I want to do. I'm going to do the quiet mode of proxychain because I want to have everything. So it's going to scan the whole /24 again with the NSX. It's going to just scan one port, which is SMB. It should take around like 30-40 seconds. Like, see, it took like 32 seconds. But our machine doesn't know how to actually connect to the subnet. That's why proxychain, you force the program through the SOX proxy. But if we actually use our PC as a router, we can tell it to use the, that subnet to use the SOX proxy. But routing doesn't work with a SOX proxy, so you need to create another interface. So we're going to create an interface. A ton interface. So basically I'm going to call it pivot0, not turn user. In my case it's Viper because, well, my user on my machine is called Viper, so use whatever you have. Alright, so yeah, okay, cool. So if config pivot0, you can use an AP one, so if config pivot0, which is 10, not 10. 601 mask. So it's just assigning an IP on the pivot interface. So once you have pivot 0, you can just do SOX, which is going to just map the SOX proxy you created to a virtual device. So proxy SOX4, I'm not sure you ever need to specify it. Let me try it out. So yeah, it's going to default to SOX5. I think in my case it's SOX4, but we're going to see the difference. So here, once you have the bad VPN setup, you're going to see the logs of like everything that goes through the pivot0. What you just need to do is add the route. In my case, it's /24. Again, it depends on the machine you're compromising, what network range they have access and stuff like that. So this will change depending on your configuration. And you want to say it to pivot via, to use the pivot0 interface to go through there. So if we do just a quick scan with an NSX without proxychain, it should pass all in the bad VPN on the SOX. So if we do the same command again and just give time to check the difference, like it took 31 seconds with proxychain before. One of the reasons is just like it's just much faster. It doesn't wait for all the ports, and it takes like 7 seconds. What's really interesting, at least another reason that I use it, is my whole system knows now how to communicate with the target network. Okay. So let's say you have an admin access on that machine. So with the bad VPN, you can pretty much do anything you would do normally if you were sitting like in the target environment. Pretty much the only thing you may need to worry about is DNS is on UDP. SOX 4 doesn't support UDP, SOX 5 does. But what's really interesting is like you could also use, well, I tend to use a lot of Windows virtual machine in my pentest, simply because I like to live off the land, the principle, meaning like if, like for example, if I want to do a psexec, I would do it from a Windows machine, not using psexec.py, just because it doesn't leave the same, well, artifact or trace in the logs. So you can use like pretty much a GUI if you want to look just transfer file. You can browse it. You can use RDP if it's there. You can use well, an Active Directory power tools, admin toolkit. I tend to use Sharphound, like in that instance, and not Sharphound.py, Bloodhound.py, just because again it's the same principle. So yeah, I hope I converted you to use bad VPN. I pretty much always use it when I'm lazy. I don't want to lose a lot of time scanning. As you can see, like it's a really big difference in terms of efficiency and performance. Like it took 32 seconds to 7 point something seconds. But the more hosts you have, the more scan you want to do, the more efficient you want to be. That matters. So thank you and stay active.